and welcome to my studio. Today we're working on our little 4th of July banner, and this is a real inexpensive quick project for a party or a barbecue or just the family coming over at the 4th of July. So we're going to get started and show you how we're doing it. I picked up these little plaques at the Dollar Tree. So you get 3 of these for $1. Can't get any better than that, right? They also have bigger plaques as well for the 4th of July, so you could make bigger banners or you could put them in between. So there's a bunch of different options and ways that you can do that. The first thing I want to tell you is when you're doing anything with glitter, if you've watched my videos by now, most of you know, the first thing I tell you to do is get out your varnish, your spray varnish, and spray the glitter so it stays on, because it will be coming off real shortly. It may last a season, maybe 2, but after that it's not going to last very long. So make sure you varnish that with a nice, good, heavy coat, at least one good heavy coat, and also make sure it's non-yellowing if it's on white. So I'm going to cut the first one, just a little part right there, and these other little guys are going to come off on top. So you want to make sure that you're always on the top of the signs, and I'm going to pull these up just a little bit, the ribbon there, and cut those. Now if you had one that didn't have a ribbon on it, you can just put the ribbon right on to the plaque, and see how they have a piece of paper or something over the top of that. I do a lot of videos and I show you that you can put the ribbon or anything like that on if you put hot glue it, but then put a piece of material or something porous over the top of that so that it doesn't go anywhere. So I'm going to trim this guy right here, and then we have our 3 plaques, which we are going to use all separately. I'm going to use these so the 2 are on either side and our red is in the middle. I would also just use a piece of recycled rope. I took a whole bunch of rope when I took apart a hammock, and so rope can be very expensive. You can use your macrame, your jute. Sometimes you can find some bigger stuff in the dollar store, but not normally. If you can't, next best thing is go to the home section where the ironing boards and ironing stuff like that at any of your like Walmarts or those type of stores, and get a clothesline. And these are under $2, so that's a lot cheaper to do it that way, and that'll last you a long time. So decide how long you want this. Probably about 6 feet long on this guy. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. You can measure yours. Now it's real important that we always leave long ends on the edges so you have a place to tie it up, so that you can tie it up and not worry about having to tape it too short or anything like that. So I'm going to divide this in the middle and put our first guy right in the middle here. So what we're going to do is lay him down, and our hanger should be on top. And I'm just going to take my hot glue gun and I'm going to line it up across there, and I'm going to bring this guy down. I'm going to leave the rope on top of the sign and just glue that on. So we're not moving the rope to the back, we're keeping it on top. And I'll hold it up in 1 second and show you what I mean there. So let's see, the rope is on top of our little sign. So we've got him there. Now you want to think about how much room you want in between them and allow for that. You probably should get your ruler out and put that in between. Say you wanted 6 inches in between for your decorations. If you want bigger decorations, you can make them bigger and just adjust for that. There is no right or wrong here. So this next little guy, I'm going to do my scissors length right there. No, that's where I want it. And glue these down. again. And you want to make sure that these are glued really well and tight, because sometimes if they're not glued, they can slide around. And if that happens, just add a little bit more glue right under the ribbon next to the rope. That's where it is slipping on you, and push that down with your fingers. We're going to go to the other side and do the same here. You see, we didn't need very much ribbon. If you have to do ribbon on your own, you don't need very much ribbon at all. And again, I'm going to see if those are slipping around, and if so, we're just going to glue those on so they don't move around on us. And there is the beginning of our little banner, and we're going to go ahead and put some decoration in between. Now, if you wanted to do just the star garland from the dollar store and cut it into pieces and just wrap it around however wide you want it, these are just with my finger, or you could find something that's a little bit wider, and you can use just those, and your sign will end up costing you a little over $2. So you have lots of options. I did the little mesh tubing, and I bought this on clearance after Christmas. And I buy a lot of things on clearance after a season thinking for another season. Christmas, you have red and white, and usually a lot of times blue as well. So always go in thinking about what you would like to use that for the next season, and don't just get stuck in that idea. So I'm going to do mine as wide as a banner, probably about 6 inches if you want to measure it with your ruler. And I'm going to do 4 of these. Now, you could use the thicker tubing, and Walmart or any of those are starting to carry the tubing, and it's really come down in price. So that's really nice. And they'll have the thicker tubing, and if you're doing the thicker tubing, you probably only need about 2 per color of the red, white, and blue. And sometimes they will sell it in packets just for the season and watch for it to go on sale. But I'm always buying my craft supplies for the next holiday from the holiday that just passed. Here's the wider tubing and what size that looks like. But like I said, if you just wanted to do the star garland, if that's what was in your budget, then do that. At Christmas time, I watch this until it's 80 to 90% off. So I get a really good deal on it and do it at that time. And another thing is, if you liked this little garland but you wanted it longer, just pick up 2 of these signs, and then you'd make at least probably about an 8-foot, at least an 8-foot, if not bigger garland, depending on how much room you leave between. You don't want to leave so much room that you have empty space. You'd rather have these pieces take up most of that space. So that's kind of good to know too, because they're almost touching each end but not quite. And I am simply just going to set these on my rope, and I need my wire cutters here. Don't watch me cut them with my scissors. And I'm just going to use a piece of star garland, and I'm going to twist it around really tight, and you want it so the rope would be facing forward when they're hanging straight. That's kind of important. And then we're just going to curl off the little garland. And there is our first one. And you just do them in between. You could do one on either outside or you could just do the 2 in between. Some other things that you could use if you happen to have them. This is the glitter rope, and this is a type of glitter rope. This is a lot more tensely, and this is a lot more rope. And those are other things to look for at clearance time when Christmas ends or different things like that. So that's our really quick 4th of July little banner, and I hope you like that. Give us a thumbs up. Please share our videos so we can continue to grow. Subscribe to our YouTube, and we always thank you from MiriamJoy.com. God bless.